So this is my very first normal YouTube video, made just for fun, and I decided to just go all out, all in, and talk about my top 100 favorite films ever. I've seen well over 3,300 feature films my whole life. I'm 26 years old, and yeah, I really want that number to just keep going and going and going. And I like to put things in good lists, good order. So out of the 3,000, out of the over 3,000 films that I've seen, not including documentaries or shorts, this is my top 100, so hope you like it. Number 100, and there's going to be some cheats on this, like lots of give and takes, lots of cheats, like combinations of things. And right away, I'm going to start off with that. Number 100 is the Lethal Weapon Quartet. Lethal Weapon is one of my favorite action films. They're both funny, they're action-packed, just all-around great films. And I love them all really equally. They were some of the first films that I ever got to love when I first became a movie buff. Number 99 is Last Tango in Paris. Last Tango in Paris is really the emotional experience of a lifetime. You're sucked in so deep. Marlon Brando's performance is just so amazing. And that's, it's Marlon Brando we're talking about, but he's just so good in it. It's just unbelievable. It's such a great, heartbreaking film. Hope y'all like it. Number 98, 2001 Space Odyssey. Now, it's a very unique film. I get it. Stanley Kubrick is a master, and you'll see many more of his films on this list, but now, number 98 is Kubrick's most daring film, 2001 A Space Odyssey. Number 97 is Terrence Malick's The Tree of Life. The Tree of Life is similar to 2001 in its mysteriousness, how bizarre you might think it is, but it's a real spiritual awakening, a spiritual journey that I think everyone can benefit from. Number 96, Scarface. The 1983 version with Al Pacino, that is. I do like the original one with Paul Muni, but, Brian De Palma and Al Pacino, frankly, topped it, in my opinion, in 1983. Number 95 is Braveheart. I do like sword and sandal epics, but there's just something about Braveheart that's really sets it apart from most others. It's a really fierce, and I know that it's not entirely true. People often whine about the inaccuracies and everything, but it's great entertainment. It's a very well done film, and Mel Gibson really does great. Number 94, Alfred Hitchcock's Strangers on a Train. You're going to see more Alfred Hitchcock films on this list. He's one of my favorite directors. And Strangers on a Film, it's so twisted and it's so exceptionally created. The way that the camera gets all crooked at times to really real feel for things. And the two main characters were just so out of this world. I love the premise for it. Totally amazing film. Number 93, John Wayne's best film, The Searchers. I have always liked The Searchers, don't get me wrong, but and it may just seem like a standard cowboys and Indians film, but it really isn't. It's one that you should really study, really look at more in depth, and you'll see just how that it's not just all black and all white. There's lots of gray area in between that. It explores race relations so well, and it's even relevant today as it was back in 1956 when it first came out. Plus, you got John Wayne's great performance, and you got John Ford's amazing directing. Yeah, The Searchers, number 93. Number 92 is Slumdog Millionaire. Now, Slumdog Millionaire might seem like just a standard Cinderella story with the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire game show in the backdrop, but oh my god, it is such an overwhelming experience. And it came out in the year 2008 with two of the most overrated films of all time, in my opinion: The Dark Knight and Wall-E. Two really overrated films. Slumdog Millionaire blows those two out of the water. Number 91, Midnight Run. Midnight Run is it came out in 1988, which was a real competitive year for comedies. And it's just a shame that this has gone kind of forgotten, because it's got Robert De Niro in his heyday, and he's so good in it. And it's part adventure, which is also fun. It's part adventure, part road trip. And I always compare this to Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, but believe it or not, Midnight Run is even better. Number 90 is the other great comedy of 1988, A Fish Called Wanda. Oh my god, just an amazing film by all. See A Fish Called Wanda as soon as you possibly can. Number 89, Million Dollar Baby. This and Unforgiven are my favorite Clint Eastwood films. And yeah, although this one, it's like Rocky, it's very predictable, but like Slumdog Millionaire, they do such an amazing job in playing it out. It's so magical, and I just love everything it has to throw at me. Number 88 is Bonnie and Clyde. Bonnie and Clyde is another totally fun action adventure film, but it's not only based on a real thing. They do justice to it. In my opinion, they do justice to it. And it's just altogether a real amazing piece of film, and it really tackles the Great Depression the best to me. Number 87, Sabrina from 1954. 1954, again, real competitive year for films. And this one, it's hilarious, it's charming, it's witty, it's romantic. I just love everything that Sabrina has to offer. Humphrey Bogart, William Holden, Audrey Hepburn, bravo. Number 86 is In the Bedroom. You might not all remember In the Bedroom from 2001, but it's one of those films that provides a real paralyzing experience. What I mean by that is you're watching it and you just stay still the whole time, because it just holds you in its grasp and it just squeezes you until it finishes. It's a truly great film. Yeah, In the Bedroom, number 86. Number 85 is Pan's Labyrinth. I first saw this at film school. I haven't seen it a whole bunch of times like I have with most of the other films on this list, but it's got one of the coolest characters I've ever seen. You know who I'm talking about. And yeah, as a fantasy film and all this CGI reemergence that's happened, Pan's Labyrinth, truly great film. Go see it. Number 84, There Will Be Blood. This is probably Daniel Day-Lewis's most complex performance. It is his most complex performance. It's probably his best, other than My Left Foot. But yeah, this is one where it is a slow burner. It's one of the best ones around. And yeah, it's just a totally brilliant film. I don't agree when people say it's the best of its decade, but it's pretty high up there for me. It's one of the best of its decade. Number 83, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? I've always loved this film. It's not just a great comedy, but the way that they're able to combine the live action and the animation, totally amazing stuff. And the whole film noir aspect to it is also brilliant, also genius stuff. Whenever I watch Who Framed Roger Rabbit, always blows me away. Number 82, The Last Temptation of Christ. Now, I am a Catholic, and this movie, I don't really consider it to be a blaspheming, because it's based on a novel from the 1960s by a Greek man, a talented Greek author named Nikos Kazantzakis. And he felt like writing a book about the dual nature of Jesus. And yes, this movie did trigger a spiritual awakening in me. And I think it will with you too. It'll change the way that you look at all religions. For the better, that is. Even if it doesn't, it's just a magnificent piece of film. Go see it. Number 81, Rain Man. Of course, this was probably the film that made me absolutely adore Dustin Hoffman and Tom Cruise. And I have an older brother, and Tom Cruise, who's the main character of the film, also has an older brother. I can really feel the sibling clash between the both of them. This is just one of those magical films that I just hold real near and dear to my heart. Number 80, White Heat. White Heat is one of the first, I guess you could say, adult films that I saw. My grandfather was James Cagney's biographer. They were good friends with each other. And unfortunately, my grandfather passed away in 2005. Otherwise, he would have loved to have seen my love for film. And White Heat was a film that he introduced me to when I was like 4 or 5 years old. And it still holds near a dear place in my heart, because not because it's violent or anything, but because it's just so good. It's just such a great film. Number 79, Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing. Do the Right Thing is a film that is it's very unique. It builds up, and it's one of the first films where I was able to teach myself about it. Number 78, to me the best heist film of all time, Dog Day Afternoon. You can't beat Al Pacino in his heyday from 1971 to 1975, when he started off with Panic in Needle Park and he stopped with Dog Day Afternoon. That stretch, that streak, you can't beat that. And it capped off with Dog Day Afternoon, and he just hasn't done anything amazing in that stretch of time since. Yeah, he's my favorite actor, but you can't beat that time period that he had. Number 77, Good Will Hunting. This is a life-changing film. I absolutely adore it. It's easily I would call Robin Williams' best performance. Some say it's Dead Poets Society. Some say it's Good Morning Vietnam. No, it's got to be Good Will Hunting. And the fact that Matt Damon and Ben Affleck were just so young, and they had all this wisdom in them to write such a script. Totally amazing stuff. Real kudos.